Welcome to another Dragonlance Saga Readings episode. My name is Adam, and today I'm reading the DC comic Dragonlance number 9, The Arena of Istar, part 1 of 4, Blood Tide. I'd like to take a moment and thank the members of this channel and invite you to consider becoming a member by visiting the link in the description below. The War of the Lance is ended, but the struggle goes on. Evil is afoot on the world of Krynn, and good may relax its vigilance only at great peril. Riva Silvercrown has learned through hard experience the price a champion of good must pay to keep the darkness from swallowing the light. The lightning singed you, Cathar! Can you go on?
Better I should take 100 strikes than see the city below turn to ash.
And that is your intention, isn't it, Dragon Soldier? To destroy Nethersack and all its inhabitants? If they will not join the alliance of evil, on my honor as a knight, it shall not be so!
Repulsion gas! A desperate ploy, Solamnian. Your dragon's magic may keep us at bay for a moment or two, but no woman is going to defeat me.
You'd better not let your High Lord hear you talk like that, soldier. She may not take it well at all.
Scar!
And I am just as much a knight as any man. As I proved at the very outset of the war, then Lord Gunther himself both welcomed me into the knighthood, and later gave me my own command. I wielded the Dragonlance when others thought it just an ancient myth. Men have called me Dragon Slayer.
Then let them write that on your grave when I have... Cease! High Lord!
Kitiara! Your rashness does you no credit, Riva Silvercrown. A seasoned knight would not have rushed so blindly into battle, wrongly supposing my soldier meant to attack the city. Although we come here as foes and at cross purposes, the terms of truce provide that we come in peace. For now, at least, continue your reconnaissance, Augrel. The battle is over, and you need fear no reprisal from the Solamnic Knight. She is a woman of honor, after all. There's mockery in your tone, High Lord, but that's to be expected from one who'll never grasp what honor truly means. Did you see her, Augrel, so smug as she had the last word? She was right about one thing, though. If those who dwell below don't side with us, they're as good as dead.
Let me understand you, half-elven. Solamnia and the Elven lands would have us form a trade alliance, not the military one the High Lord proposes. But is not warfare the way of the world, the path to all the higher goals we seek?
My people, elves and humans, will fight wars when necessary. We don't shrink from battle, but we'd rather gain the kind of strength that prevents wars, so that other aspects of life may flourish. How strange such words must sound to your ears.
High Lord.
But you see, the elves and knights don't understand war, for they do not understand power. And in the pursuit of power, War is the supreme art. Although I know of other arts that Tanis Halfelven is well practiced in. Eh, Tanis?
I sense much wisdom in your words, High Lord, and experience that even we might learn from. Come, let us continue our discussions within.
She's good. Believe it. I had years to catch her act every trick of hers. And I still don't think I've ever mastered our relationship, which makes me wonder again why Lord Gunthar, with all his knights, asked me to lead the mission. It's exactly because of your relationship. No one knows Kitiara better than you. And Lord Gunthar places great stock in your ability to think fast in a shifting situation. But if what you really mean is that you're afraid you might succumb to Kitiara's wiles, that's why Lord Gunthar sent me on this mission too. You may head the negotiations, but I'm the military commander, and you answer to me.
Understood.
Now, if only one of us could figure out why the cleric is here.
Continue, High Lord.
Yes, do. I am eager as anyone to hear what you have to say. It is simply this. The idea that the minotaurs could benefit from trade with nations to the west is a delusion.
Indeed.
The distances are far too vast to sustain such trade, and our territories stand in between. That is reality. We are virtual neighbors to the minotaurs.
Is that a threat?
And we share a taste for conquest that makes us natural allies.
Huh. Allies you treated no better than your bitterest foes during the war, as I'm sure our hosts have not forgotten.
In such a way was Sargas, the Minotaur's god, misused by his lover Takisis, the Dark Queen served by the dragon armies. By the abyss, Laurelon! Where does Paladine find all you prattling fools to be his clerics? Carping about, changing alliances is for children who only play at war. One side and one alone must ultimately prevail, as the Minotaurs well know.
Quite so. Again you speak our language, High Lord. But there is still much for us to consider before we can take your cases to our Emperor.
He doesn't truly sound convinced by either side. Maybe that's the best we'll get out of this. A series of delays that lead to no decision at all. A moment more of your time. There is perhaps something more we can offer you. Are you not Bas On Horak, brother of Bas On Korath, a seafarer who disappeared in the blood sea of Istar at the end of the war?
I am he.
My colleague, Tanis Halfelven, was with your brother Korath when he perished.
Huh? How could you know about...
And it would please him to guide you to the spot where their ship went down, so that you may pay your last respects.
Cleric, this is no small offer. The honor of one's family is of paramount importance to our people, and the chance to properly commend my brother's soul to Sargas would lift me from a great burden, an unfulfilled duty.
Then it's settled. We three shall sail tomorrow for the Blood Sea. The Blood Sea? It looks so peaceful from up here.
That's because you can't see the bones of the thousands who lie dead beneath it.
When you talk like that, Tanis, I'm not sure I should let you go. And I'm not sure it's within your authority to stop me. You can ask Gunthar when you bring him up to date on Solamnia, though, of course, I'll be long gone by then. Anyway, this mission out to sea may generate some much-needed goodwill among the minotaurs, which I suppose was Lorelon's intention. He should have told us first. I wish we could be certain what he's up to. We'll just have to trust him as a servant of Paladine, though I admit that's not necessarily a recommendation. And what about Kitiara? Will she simply bide her time? Never. You can bet she's planning something. Perhaps we'll see what at the banquet this evening. What's all that beneath the quartz floor? The entertainment, I'm told. From the look of it, I only hope we're to be observers, not participants. It seems to me we're still being treated as honored guests, but not as honored as Kit. Seems she gets to sit with Horak tonight.
Where's the other one, human? Don't clerics get hungry too?
Lorelon is taking dinner in his chambers. He prefers not to eat meat.
Not eat meat? No, really, tell me, where is he? Ta-ra-ta-ta! Never mind, the show's about to start.
It's a gully dwarf. What's this supposed to be? The poor creature looks totally confused. That's about normal for them.
From our seats we can see down into the maze, but the ceiling is opaque from within. Unfortunately, the dwarves have some trouble figuring out what's expected of them. They tend to stand around waiting for something to happen.
They really are pretty stupid.
So we make sure something does.
Yikes! Where did that hellhound come from?
An illusion, although it seems quite real to the dwarf.
Yikey, 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 yikey! It's torture, tormenting the poor thing like some dumb animal.
But a dumb animal is all it is. Besides, the other female of your species is enjoying it well enough.
There are times I'd rather not be reminded that our sex or species are the same.
Huh. You humans are extremely difficult to understand.
Doesn't the dwarf ever realize its attackers are illusions?
Oh yes, that's part of the spectacle. Watch.
Try to make a multi-liberated meat pie out of me, will ya? Will ya?
Why, I oughta...
Oops! He's nearing the exit, but only because the illusions herded him along the right path, I suspect.
Precisely. And there's still one more obstacle for the animal to pass. Hey, Dwarfy! Dwarfy! Do it! Yeah, you're almost there! All the way!
I can't believe you make cruelty a spectator sport for children.
But it is especially for the young that this display is most useful. They must learn that weakness is not to be coddled, that strength must be paired with cunning, and that a warrior can never let down his guard.
Do you enjoy the show, Tanis? It was real. He didn't know it was real. Do you not approve of the Minotaur's diversions? I know that different races choose different sorts of lives, as do different people. You, for instance, have surprised me with the quiet, humdrum life you've picked. How is your sweet Lorana, by the way?
She is well.
Quite a change from when you and I were together, Tanis, I'm sure. Do you remember how... I can't believe this! You killed the man I loved, Kitiara! Killed another who was friends to Tanis and me both! And yet you come on like this!
Riva, calm down!
And you allow it, Tanis?
Stop it! I can handle her taunts on my own. And if you'd think for a minute, you'd see that she was goading you just as much as me. And this time, you're the one who fell for it. And it's down to the sea, to the blood-red sea, where the gods may fear to roam. Where the moons are my guide through the vast outside, and it's years since I've been home, mates. It's years since I've been home. I must admit, I don't quite understand your race, Horak. Your lives are built on conquest and destruction, and yet you craft these beautiful ships. Works of art, really. And now it appears that you are poets as well. I saw such contrasts in your brother when I knew him. He had a savage temper, but still a great capacity for love. Yes, that is Koraf you speak of. Now I'm certain that you did know him. And so I feel free to ask you, how did he die? There was a place, far out from any land, where a perpetual storm once raged. Legends had it that the storm had not ceased since the cataclysm destroyed the city of Istar, and the Blood Sea took its place. It was into that storm that we sailed. The storm wasn't our destination, of course. We were fleeing Flotsam City across the sea, on a ship on which Koraf was first mate. But we were pursued, or rather, I was pursued by the gods! Kitiara! She only means to make her presence known, Tanis, to tell us she is still not out of the game. No, I don't like it. This is the way it happened before. She led a flight of dragons that chased us further and further out to sea, and there was no escape. But there was an escape. Yes, there was. Into the storm. Koraf thought it was crazy. He would rather have died fighting the dragon army. But the captain of the ship, Maquesta, believed that the storm held a slim hope for survival. But for them, there was no hope. The ship was destroyed by the storm, and the fierce whirlpool at its center. And you? Some of us were rescued by sea elves who lived in Istar's sunken ruins, but we never saw Koraf and Maquesta again. There is no storm now, Halfelven, only a single woman whom you hold in fear. Don't mock me, Horak. You weren't there. You didn't feel the chill in your bones. Didn't see the day turn black. And the sea turn red. Look! Is this the spot then? Yes, we're very near. Then the time has come for me to send my brother to Sargas in the proper manner. What? Great Sargas, take the blood of the living with the blood of the dead. My soul till death and after I pledge to you. It is done. My brother's passage to Sargaz's realm is now assured.
Good. Now can we get out of...
Karak!
The storm! It's come back! And the sea! The sea's blood red! Is it your Sargas who's doing this, Horak? Is this how he accepts your pledge? Or is it her? Leaving me here to die again!
We're not dead yet, Halfelven.
Do you really believe you can steer us out of here?
I believe that we'll need all hands in the attempt. Get your cleric to stop staring into space.
What are you doing, Laurelon? And what do you know about this mess you volunteered us for?
Put your faith in Paladine, my son.
That's no answer.
Forget about him, Tanis. It's too late for that. It's the whirlpool.
We're dead! Next, Istar. Thank you for tuning in to this Dragonlance Saga reading. What did you think of the comic? Have you ever read Dragonlance comics before? Feel free to email me at info@dlsaga.com or leave a comment below. This channel is all about celebrating the wonderful world of the Dragonlance Saga, and I thank you for joining me in the celebration. Thank you for watching. This has been Adam with Dragonlance Saga, and until next time, Slanjavar.